Another goal here, so they pull their netminder and play catch with it in their own end. This is Travis Smith. Laxton in, watched by Wyatt Smith, who takes it away and shot it wide.
Nice little burst of speed by Wyatt Smith to get to that puck.
Gophers trapped. Here's a shot and a goal. Dan Woog to fire it in and give Minnesota their 7th of the night. And that should just about do it, even though there's 6.5 minutes to go here. They have allowed Minnesota to score 7 here tonight, and great pressure, all started by Wyatt Smith, Tom.
Well, sometimes those third and fourth lines have got to come through for you. The pressure's put on right here, and you can see Woog just picking the puck up from the corner. No one gets to him. He just turns and puts it away. But Wyatt Smith doing a good job just before that to also put the pressure on. Look at that. All of a sudden, wide open. Nobody can stop it. And you can see Kidd there couldn't get the good shots in net that they wanted.
Home. They haven't allowed 7 goals since a year ago against Michigan Tech right here when they lost in overtime. And it's been a rough night for Sinue Walanaimo. Although he has not played that poorly, he's had a tough time with his defenseman. Kind of feels like old Gump Worsley with the North Stars when Tom Reed was his defenseman.
Isn't that nice? Tell you, how are you getting home tonight, big boy? Well, still no goalie for Denver.
Now, Tom, you got it. When it's even now. We won't tell the whole story here, but it's even now. It's a horse apiece, folks.
Yeah.
And you got to give Ryan the ride home tonight.
I know which of the end of the horse I'm going to be.
We still do not have a goaltender for Denver. They are Ryan Lefebvre. Thanks, Frank. Game 2 of this big weekend series between the Golden Gophers from the University of Minnesota and the Pioneers from Denver University. Off the goalpost. A terrific shot by Patterson, and he caught iron. Smith can't handle it at center, and here's Berg to backhand it in. And it's left behind the net by Mullen. Kelly Hollingshead now fired it to center. Broken up by Zwakman. Lost his footing, but he broke up the play. And now Dan Woog with a high hit on the far side. Kurlik has it for Denver. Shoots it big. Rebound. Big save by Steve DeBus on Charlie Host. And the Pioneers have had the better of the scoring opportunities, and they have come in abundance here. Now Larson turns around and whacks it wide of the net. Kept in by Woog. Mullen behind the net to gain good control of it. But Hollingshead is jammed up. They work it up to Mike Darren on the right wing boards. He's got Host breaking in on his off wing. Treble races to the puck, gets there first and plays it off the boards to Mike Crowley. Long lead to the line, and it's broken up by Todd Kidd. He'll regroup at his own end. 3 minutes into period 1. No score, but 2 great chances for the Pioneers.
Good skating game at this point of the game by both teams. And as you mentioned, Frank, Denver has really come out here.
Changing out to center ice. Darren, and is knocked off his stick by Woog. Woog scored Minnesota's 7th goal last night, an empty netter, and keeps a scoring streak alive.
I would say empty netter, but at the same time, there's about 8 minutes left in the game when the net was empty.
That's right. Warren Smith from center, firing it around. Lucky the glass is high here. He used all of it. To the point, Hollingshead centering it, looking for the Darren tip, and it wouldn't work. Warren Smith now. Hollingshead shooting a screen shot, skips wide. Warren Smith leaves it in the corner. Patterson rolls out. Hollingshead fires. That's wide of the target. And now Larson, as Minnesota is back at full strength, got it out at center. The Pioneers shoot it back in. So the penalty killers do the job. And we're coming up on the 8-minute mark of period 1. 0-0 the score. Forecheck pressure applied by Berg. Game he was the MVP. Yep. And he was that good. Out of the scramble behind the net, Brent Carey is now tied up by Wasley. And Eric Anderson, mighty strong, battled to get that puck free, but then ran into Lafleur. And Minnesota on another ice.
And also the ability to put the puck into the net.
30 now left on the penalty to Lafleur. Antti Laxinen. Rockman went after it. Now Dan Woog shovels it out at center. Only 10 left on the penalty to Lafleur. I don't know, have they had a shot on goal, Tom?
I don't believe they have.
Pioneers gone through now 2 penalties and 2 power plays. This one they have not gotten a shot on goal. Hockey preparation for the NHL today compared to when you played. Is it the same type of development?
I think it's even better. Why I say that is, of course, you know, you don't have too many coaches like Murray Armstrong, but John Mariucci, Bob Johnson. I spent an hour with George Gwozdecki, Doug Woog down here. I mean, you look around later on in life.
As the Denver penalty has expired now, we are, each team still has a man in the box. Mike Anderson is off for Minnesota. Mike Darren off for the Pioneers. On coincidental minors, a big save by DeBus on a close-in try by Denver's Sean Kurlik. And make it Charlie Host, who's now roughing it up in the corner a bit and getting roughed up. Still a 0-0 hockey game. Keith Madison, our guest here in the booth. That time, I think we've seen a lot of late hits all over the rink here in the last few minutes.
We have. There's a lot going on, even way away from the play, back at the blue line, which is 60 feet away. Woog and Gunther were getting in it pretty good.
Yeah, it's play the body first, worry about the puck later.
These teams like each other.
Like the old North Star Blackhawk days, right?
College hockey at its best. Minnesota.
If the little melee at the end of the first will settle things down a little bit, or whether they'll get a little more intense by these teams.
Shot in from center ice. Now the Gophers regroup in their own end. A nice outlet to Woog. With Wyatt Smith, they send it in. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the line combinations here. Wyatt Smith takes a couple of whacks from Hollingshead. Woog, watched by Gunther. And the loose puck to Patterson. Blocked at the line nicely by Godbout. And it hopped away from Rasmussen, who throws a hit into Gunther. Hollingshead gets the puck out to center ice. And Zwackman shoots it in. 75th birthday to Sherry Parkinson, a great South St. Paulite who at the young age of 75 makes just about every Gopher road trip along with her husband Bill, and usually in accompaniment with Jake Woog, Doug Woog's father. Backhand shot and a goal here. A little better. They got 2 power play goals yesterday. Or was that? Yeah, he's talking power play there, not penalty kill, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's talking about the diamond that they use for Denver.
A rip by Kidd and a nice save by DeBus.
Screenshot, that makes it pretty difficult for the goaltenders to move or to react in time.
Look at that scrum for the puck. Zwackman finally whacks it to center. Woog played it ahead. It hit Wyatt Smith, and now he and Hollingshead go to the corner. Warren Smith waiting on the fringe and comes up with it. Joe Murphy now, who did not play yesterday but is in the lineup for the Pioneers. And it is shot in deep by Bazan. The player out of the lineup for Denver is Paul Combry, who took that 5-minute major for punching. Had 12 shots last night to just flat out miss the net in the second and third period alone. Under 6 minutes in the second. And Minnesota has just exploded here. They had a great second period last night when they scored 4 goals, and they've got 3 here tonight. Now Warren Smith lost his skates out at center. Puck comes into the near corner. Warren Smith takes a big hit from Wyatt Smith. Now Charlie Wasley after it. And here's Woog, forced deep. Couple of players locked up right now. And it's loose to the corner. Bazan and Wyatt Smith. LaFleur is there. Woog throws a check. And the puck finally comes free. Travis Smith plays it behind the net. And here's Dave Larson to pick it up. Larson with 10 goals. He's among 3 players tied for second place with 10 goals. Getting up out of the right wing corner and off the ice. Just now making his way to the bench, but on his own power. Here's Kidd. Out of the corner it comes. Charlie Host shooting it around. 2 minutes left in the period. Gophers have a man breaking Mike Anderson. Can't get the puck to him. That was because Dan Woog took a blast from Mike Darren. Pioneers shovel it out of the zone. I don't think they've had many shots on goal in this period. Wosley up off the far rail to Dan Woog. Woog throws it in deep. Travis Smith, watch by third, but our intermission is half as well as you take care of Tom and I. You're going to have a great young lady there. Congratulations.
Probably on the payroll within 6 months, too, I would imagine.
A nice break by Wyatt Smith. Backhand and a pad save there by Mullen. They scrap behind the net. And it finally comes loose. Charlie Wosley back out at center. Flipping it in. Larson. Murphy lines him up, and Larson got the elbow in the way just in time for the hit. And there they are down. Lars gets a little noogie there, and they break. Here come the Pioneers. York's pass broken up by Treble. He was right in his face. Oh, and it's offside, and Wyatt Smith fires, and then has to dump it in. 10 seconds left. Fired out by Treble. Woog shoots it down, or at least to the bench. Must have hit a skate and then went out of play. 4 seconds remain on the Larson penalty. For all intents and purposes, they've killed it off.
Danny Woog doing a good job of killing off that penalty. When he got the puck at the red line, he just took his time and turned with it. But as you mentioned, Frank, it hit just a skate and went up into the players' bench. So that will force a face-off and give a chance for the Gopher penalty killers to get a little bit of a breather.
Tim Swider, the linesman, drops the puck. Joe Patterson, right wing pass broken up by Wyatt Smith. He had his back to the pass when he broke it up. LaFleur. Larson. Ooh, nearly handed that one away.
That was a dangerous play there, especially when you go into that slot area. If you miss on the pass or the shot out, it's intercepted. You're in trouble.
Charlie Host reaching for it. Broken up by LaFleur. Warren Smith takes a hit. Denver player trapped in the zone. They can't bring it in. Patterson with 11 minutes to go in regulation play, and interception. Under 9 minutes left. We'll update you on scores now. Colorado College just with a lead in the third. When we get a well, that might be it. And I guess that is a final now. That's CC swept UMD. You look at the scores. We'll follow some play for you. Mullins pass intercepted by Woog. Now to Larson's one-timer, goes behind the net. Man, hockey score 13-0.
Wow.
Oh. And I'm coming out of the zone, and he rolls it up here on the near side. He really looks bigger than 6'1", 195. Gunther again. Now Zwackman. And it hits a Denver skate, and the delayed offside is whistled down. Under 7 minutes left in regulation. And breaking in, Klasnick. Took a hit at the line, and everybody looking to see if there's going to be a penalty. None called. I would hope, at least, it would have to be a scoring chance. Oh, and the shot got through Mullen. I thought it was going to go in. It was Dan Woog's shot. I told you he's on a scoring streak. He sends it. Rasmussen's shot goes wide. Rasmussen checked off the play. Kid trying to get his way through Hankinson. And Hankinson has that big, a tough, almost like a playoff weekend. That's the intensity of this game. Gophers have played extremely well.
You know, it almost seems, though, Frank, that every weekend is like that now. There are no easy games, and every game is important.
2 more colors, either red hot or white hot. Whatever, it has boosted them to second place in the WCHA and #1 nationally, getting ready for this weekend series against Minnesota Duluth. Out at center ice, the puck comes free. And back to center again. Kulik with a chase for it. Now Curtis Bois. And trailing the play, number 13, Jason Hackstead. Here's Dan Treble. Nick Checo looking for some garbage, but he took a smash from behind. Hackstead with the hit. Crowley. Checo swept off his stick. Trailing the play, here's a shot by Wyatt Smith that deflected, and Linsick had to make a play. Here's Woog now to slip it in.
In the dog zone.
Woog's turnaround shot hits a skate in front. LaFleur's shot off the skate of Kulik and back out at center ice. Minnesota with a 1-0 lead. Reg Berg scoring his 11th. 1:45 into the game. Here comes Checo. Chased to the corner by Lidster. And rubbed into the wall by Laird Lidster, number 15. Off the glass, not out. Finally out to center, and Wasley flipping it in. And Bert Gilling goes after it and gets it out of the zone. Gilling, number 3, a freshman for Duluth, and a good size one at 6.
He gets rewarded with quite a few points because of it. 13 points on the season.
Chris Snell back behind his own net. Berg and Fedorenko, the scorers of the only 2 goals. Now Kulik chased off the puck by Dan Woog, who's after it again. Woog rolls it up the middle, and then Rampho takes it away. Here comes Kulik. Checked as he fired. A nice defensive play by LaFleur. Max Wikman, the Swede, behind the net but lost it. And the outlet pass goes from Wyatt Smith to Nick Checo. Checo brings it in. Here's LaFleur heading for the net, but he's ridden off the play by Kulik. They could never get the pass to him. Checo centers, Crowley shoots, and Lenzik makes the pad save. Dogs play it up off the near rail, try to bring it in. Rampho spins it to the middle. Here's Wikman, checked by Smith, but he hangs on to it and centers it. Gilling shoots. The save made by Malone, and he holds on. 7 down for a Minnesota change. Wyatt Smith bottling up 2 players. Treble ahead to Smith. Bouncing puck on him. To Woog at the side. Now in front again. Smith lines it up. That's blocked. Crowley fired wide. Smith shooting off the base of the net. And now Woog to the corner. It's fire at will. And Woog goes after it again. Now Checo. Watched by Gilling, then lost it to Gilling. And who will get it back? Woog from behind centers it. And a nice play at the line by Crowley, but Kulik knocked it right back out. Then Crowley shoots it deep.
Amazing. You watch the Bulldogs right now. They've got
Our rushing play by Checo keeps the puck in the zone. But I think we're going to have an MST.
how many chances they took at shooting towards the net. Only 12 got to the net. Duluth, on the other hand, had just 7, but 5 of those 7 were on the target.
And now as Nick Checo steps on, we're at full strength, both sides. And here comes Wyatt Smith. Long shot off the tip of the glove or skate of Teres Lenzik. And now it's back to center ice for Duluth, 3-on-2. Max Wikman, the drop, and Rampho's shot. A blast that's turned away by Jeff Moan. Checo trying to chip it out of there, but it's kept alive by Matt Taus. And now LaFleur. Relayed by Wyatt Smith to Checo, but he can't get through Taus. And the puck rolls to the side of the net. Back to pick it up is Joe Cicerello. Relays it ahead.
You know, so Brink was moved back to that point position now. So we'll see what develops, whether he's going to stay in that point position or move back to the forward line again.
Gophers out of the corner, and a nice save by Lenzik on Wyatt Smith. Wrist shot, and it was a good hard one. A nice interception by Crowley at center, and then lost control of the puck as he tried to bring it in. Well, he made that interception, and he was ahead all in the same stride. From center, Crowley shoots it in. Checo takes the hit. And now it's Fedorenko to get the puck up ice. He has picked up a point on each of the 2 Duluth goals. Out of the corner, this is Cicero. And in the middle, intercepted by Checo. Gets some help from Woog. Now back to Checo. Bearing down on Greg Hansen. Long shot by Checo goes wide of the target. And here's Greg Hansen ahead to Cicerello. Trying to get around Treble. Goes deep. Not bad, eh?
Pretty good career.
He's got 1 assist tonight. He assisted on Berg's 2nd goal, which right now is the go-ahead goal in this game. Minnesota with a 3-2 lead over Duluth. 6.5 minutes to go, period 2. Kulik forcing the play and keeping it in the Minnesota end. Now Max Wikman. And it rolls up the back of the net. This is Gottbout. Kulik takes him to the corner. And finally played up on the right wing side. Out to center ice. Here comes Checo. Little crisscross. Got bounce shot right on. Lenzik makes the save. Checo darts after the loose puck, but he was met there by Max Beekman. And Beekman in the corner. Beekman and Checo still there. And the puck all the way back down. And they're still there. Bosley to get it in his own end. Now for LaFleur. Minnesota will be offside. And the whistle finally goes. Play there. This one just got away. Snell and Anderson both off 4 minutes for roughing. It's the second time in the game that we've had coincidental minors. LaFleur's pass taken away, and Moan makes a big save. Saves Fedorko again, and Checo is there to wrap it out of the zone. Jeff Moan hasn't been busy at all in this period, but he makes 2 big stops on Fedorko. Now beg your pardon, Brad Fedorenko. Charlie Wadsley back to get it. And into the corner behind that now Moan. 4:20. Bukowski fires it in front. And it's ripped right out of there by Wadsley. Gophers changing to better hurry. Long rip by Christian comes down off the glass. They are outscoring their opponents 105 to 59 this year. That'll help the plus-minus rating overall. 105 to 59. Here's Crowley. Shot right on. Nice save by Lenzik. And Fedorenko tried to break out of his own end. The referee took a tumble. That was Buzz Christensen who went down. Banged his melon on the ice, too. Thank goodness for the helmet, so that draws a reaction from the crowd. Cicerello battles to get it in, then took a hit from Crowley. Out of the corner comes Peluso, their leading scorer, who fires it all the way through. Mrozik playing it deep. Peluso, 2 seconds left. Peluso tried to play it to the point, but the horn goes, and period number 2 comes to an end. With Dan Treble right after, goes off on a change. And a steal here by Checo. In the slot for Smith, now to Woog. He flips it across the slot. And into the corner it goes. Jablonec is there, but he is tied up in a hurry. And then Jablonec ties up Checo. Woog after it. And he takes a couple of smacks from Greg Hansen. Checo knocked down, and Jablonec's going to go. Yeah, it gets a little feisty in the corner there. If the Minnesota Gophers keep their cool, they'll have a puck. So Crowley now joins quite a crowd of Minnesota players in double-figure goals. With his 10th, it's a power play goal. Treble and Hankinson get the assists. 4 minutes. 5-2, the Gophers lead, and we are still early in the third, but if Duluth is going to get something going, I think they got to get it going in a hurry. Here's Peluso trying to come off the rail. Peluso in the slot. He's stripped of the puck. Lidster and Checo in the corner. Cicerello, Brad Fedorenko. At the line, Taus. Moan, a pad save, and here's Checo with the puck. Trying to flip it in. It was blocked by Lidster, and then a second effort by Woog gets it down. And there is
a little bit of experience also playing in the United States Hockey League as a junior there. Really develops a lot of the players to step into Division I in the NCAA hockey world.
From center ice, it's brought in by Peluso. And Cicerello goes after it. 5-2 game, third period. Duluth should be looking ahead and playing to at least win this period if they can. They've given up 2 goals, however. And they find themselves in a tough spot, largely because they gave up the first of the 2 goals. Just 29 seconds in. At the side, Checo tried to walk his way in front, but ran into Greg Hansen's diving stop. Checo behind the net, fired it to the doormouth. Lenzik, a big save on Woog. A blast by Wyatt Smith, and he missed the big target. And it's cleared back out at center. Wyatt Smith has had more scoring chances tonight than we've seen him in any single game. And that was the best of them, but he fired wide and high.
Checo doing a nice job of controlling the puck there.
All except for Treble, who started to read the play coming up on the left side. Mike Crowley to pick up a loose puck. And he is jumping on that puck tonight and making things happen in about 2 strides. Here he comes. Crowley, the drop for Woog. Shooting, and it's turned away by Mrozik. And now here's Mrozik at the side of the net. Off a Duluth stick out at center ice. It goes deep. LaFleur after it. Beekman. And now to the corner again. This is Bois. And Hansen can't hold his own. Half minute on the power play. Litzner back to Hansen. Wasley goes after it now. And a little wraparound try. Behind Moan. And he has a seat and has the puck. Nearly stuffed in by Max Beekman. We'll have that for you on MSC WCHA as Minnesota eyes a takeover of Colorado College, but they need to continue to win. Tonight it's game 2 against the Bulldogs from Minnesota Duluth, live on MSC.
Last 5 games, 1.48 goals against.
And from the draw, here's Cone back to get it. In another 90 seconds, Minnesota will be back on the power play. Out at center ice, Mike Peluso to get it again. And his pass to Fedorenko catches the Dogs offside at Fedorenko, and it's turned away by DeBus. And now Dan Woog with it. To Wyatt Smith. And it goes into the corner for Checo. At the line, Zwackman. That shot was blocked by Cicerello. Now Wyatt Smith again. And Greg Hansen back to pick it up for Duluth. Hansen, the former star at Kennedy High School, where he lettered for 3 years. He was a captain of his senior year. And they scrap for it a little bit. And finally, Peluso digs it out of there. As dull as those scraps are in the corner, they're still better than stopping the play for a faceoff. Now Cicerello picks himself up off the ice, and Zwackman involved in a wrestling match back behind the play. Dogs dump it in. They'll be called on the offside here. I don't think there's going to be a penalty. But Zwackman,
What he has to do to stop that puck.
he's got an excellent glove hand, but I don't know that there's a facet of his game that stands out more than the other.
No, he's very good at what he does. He gets the job done. He doesn't make a lot of flashy plays, but you don't see the rebounds come from him either.
Right.
I mean, he makes a save, and usually he's got pretty good control of where that puck is going to go.
And if a goalie's not making flashy saves, that tends to mean that he's in good position, or that his defense is holding the opponents to poor shots, and both are happening.
Yeah, we've seen goaltenders in this building who will make a save and make a very easy save, make it look difficult because they're playing to the crowd. Steve DeBus does not do that. All he wants to do is keep the puck from going over that goal line. He doesn't care how he does it.
Curtis Bois shoots it through the goal mouth into the left wing corner. And now Matt Taus playing it in deep. Beekman plays it deep again. This is Rampo. And the Dogs with some movement, but they're unable to move in front. Here's a pad save by DeBus. Big rebound up the middle. Beekman, wrist shot, hits traffic. Or perhaps DeBus, and finally the Gophers with control. And that's the most sustained pressure they've had.
Yes, it certainly was, and they had a lot of pressure on there, but
all the way down. Now Chris Snell back behind the net, number 27 for Duluth. Fedorenko taken away by Checo. And who's got it? Woog back in his own end. Turns on a dime and then flips it to center. Now Bill Cone to lead the rush. Launches it to the right wing corner. Woog tips it to Checo. At the point, Crowley. Long shot, Lenzik the save. Pitched battle going on at the side of the net between Litzner and Woog. And now Cone with a big smash out at center as he dropped the very big Fedorenko. Crowley behind his own net. Are they in the middle of a defensive change, or does Cone just like playing with Crowley there?
with the puck.
Gophers racing to center, led by Checo. He's got Woog trailing. Checo goes cross swing for Wyatt Smith, and the shot was blocked by Peluso. Checo after it again. Wyatt Smith hammers one a foot wide, and Cone will track down the rebound. When they get the flow going, Minnesota's passing is as beautiful as anything you'll ever watch. Here comes Checo. And he has checked off the puck. Here's Woog to Checo. Backhands one through, and the goal has come loose as Cone was bumped into Lenzik. Woog and Peluso ready, so is John Campion. Campion gets a piece of the puck. Kraft nearly took it away, and Bill Cone back out at center to get it. Zwackman. And it's tipped deep by Woog. There's a steal by Kraft. Up the middle for Cone, and a big save by Lenzik. And again, Cone showing some great skill moving in off the point. Now Minnesota is short as the Duluth player Beekman comes on. Here comes Peluso. Power play shot right there taken by DeBus.
I can tell you that.
Rampo's shot hit traffic, trickles through. And now pulled up by Bois once again. Rampo behind the Minnesota net, but it's knocked away from him. And out to Smith at center. A little backhand swat at center ice. The Dogs, in turn, give it away. Checo drives it in. Up off the near boards. And too far for everybody.
A lot of people thought it was going to be, including myself.
I also thought Crowley goes back out at center. I also thought after we had those two goals 49 seconds apart that I was hoping maybe the floodgates would open, and they haven't.
Well, it's a type of game really the Bulldogs want. They don't want to allow the Gophers to really get unleashed here.
No, you don't want to get into a shootout. The bus behind the net. Treble finds Checo. Checo has to go back for it. Checo's point production not as high as the Gophers would like, for sure. Only had a point in his last 7 games. Jammed up at the line. Bukowski brings it in. Bukowski gets it again. Lets a shot go. But again, right on. And DeBus calmly makes the save. This puck leaves the rink. Second period goals by Mike Crowley and Ryan Kraft have lifted Minnesota to a 3-1 lead. That after Mike Peluso scored on a power play to tie this game for Duluth. Here's Checo firing it in front for Smith, but the pass misfired. Dogs to center. Peluso shooting wide of the target. Here's Checo. And now Zwackman. Chipped at center ice by LaFleur. And now here's Woog trying to get it out. And DeBus as he plays it, the delayed offside. He's brought down at the horn. And we'll make sure tempers don't flare here on the near boards. But they just might. Buzz Christensen got in. We're confirming that. 2 seniors and 4 freshmen.
Out of the program altogether, you're saying?
I think they are, yeah. I perhaps shouldn't mention it with just the sketchy details, but it appears to be a big enough story to at least mention that little bit that we do have.
Well, they've had a pretty tough here.
Just a god-awful year. Out at center ice. There's Rampo. Tried to roll it up the middle. A nice block there by Wasley. And Checo rolling right out of his own end. Going cross-rink looking for LaFleur. Gopher senior defenseman trying to move in and then ran into a check. Here's Checo to pick it up again. Covering a bit more territory in this game. It flutters to the middle. Smith jumps on it, shoots it. Lenzik plays it away. Smith again. Checo in the corner. Make that Woog. Here's Checo to pick it up. Hurdles the player and takes a hit from Beekman. Rampo can't get it out. A long shot by Zwackman goes into the corner. And right back out to center ice. Bill Cone to pick it up. Doug talking about perhaps a little lack of lateral movement. Is there something you can do to compensate for that?
A lot of players have the gift of doing it. When you look at Crowley, he can do it so easily, but there are certain...
Back behind the net, the Dogs will track it down. Here comes Bukowski. About 24 seconds left on those coincidental minors. Bukowski shot way off the target. Hansen. Now Bill Cone again. This is Zwackman to get it to center. Bonin to Woog. Boy, this Duluth coverage just seems to be getting stronger and stronger. Now the penalties are over. We're 5 skaters aside. Here comes Brian Bonin now.
Happen.
Smith digs in for this face-off, but it's won by the Dogs, and Gilling behind his own net. Checked by Woog, who comes away with it, centers it to Smith, hits a skate, and then it's covered by Lenzik.
Full production there. And you need it really from 4 lines if you can get it. You don't want, just 1 line or 2 lines getting it. You've got to get more from the 3rd and 4th line.
Their graduating class is going to include Cicerello, Christian, Ramfo, Kulik, who's out with the injury. And the fire score here. And from the draw, here comes Checo, and he dropped as he shot. Bosley shooting. I think that might have hit Checo, too. He really took his lumps. Curtis Bois, played with the Thunder Bay Flyers. Now goes back for the puck for Duluth, number 11. Woog, the former St. Paul Vulcan. Now the Twin Cities Vulcans. Is that what they renamed the team?
I believe you're right, yes.
They are also no longer playing at Mariucci Arena. Smith comes to the Duluth line.
Puck is.
Shot by Roy. Adam Roy goes high and into the corner. And they go back now. Crowley. Woog digs it out. It hits a skate, and he skated the referee. Now Dan Treble whacks it around. Smith. But he's beaten to the puck by Snell. And it's batted out by the glove of Dan Treble. Gilling back to get it. And he is chased by Checo. Took a pretty good whack, too. 9 minutes left, 3rd period. I shoot it right out. Zwackman back to get it. Here comes Checo. And Greg Zwackman again. Ryan Lefever's guest at our last intermission. Blocked. Woog gets it to Zwackman. Blocked again. Zwackman bats it ahead with the glove, but no whistle as the Dogs touched it first. In the corner, Checo. Now Woog. Back to Checo, but it hit a skate. And here's Woog. Zwackman. Peluso out of the box. Rebound to Checo, and it was batted away a couple of times. Wyatt Smith nearly had a chance as well. Dogs shoot it down, but we're in equal strength, so they will be called for ice each. 2:47 to go. 5-1 Minnesota lead. This is Crowley. Checo blasting it in. And this lineup has Checo back at a point. Checo and Crowley, the 2D. Woog and Smith, the 2 forwards. I don't know.
Well, he's trying a few different combinations.
Checo back behind the net.
I think one of the things also is Checo has not been getting a lot of point production. I think he's trying to help him get, a better feel for himself and maybe a little confidence in that area.
Here's Lidster shooting. He shot it right into Woog. The rebound. Big save by DeBus. Absolutely robbing Fedorenko. Fedorenko last night picked up 2 points. The 99th and 100th of his career. And puts him in good standing now and good light in the UMD hockey history. I think only 39 players have reached the century mark, and Fedorenko did it last night. Crowley in a little bit of trouble, but finally got to Hendrickson.
It's a great tradition here at Mariucci Arena.
Game coming your way at Mariucci Arena will warm up in a hurry. The Golden Gophers in maroon and gold, and the Wisconsin Badgers in cardinal and white. Ragor lost it in the corner as he was hit by Jason Godbout. Nick Checo waiting for the puck, and he takes a big hit on the far side. Gophers unable to get it out of the zone. And then Zwackman with a check into Ragor as he gets an easy shot off on Moan, who makes the save. Right wing pass for Dan Woog. He's bodied off the puck in a big blast by Darren Haley. The Badgers start the breakout. Rothering. And at center ice, Haley. And it checked off his stick. It's in a crowd right inside the blue line. Rico tries to move it in front. Actually, that was Yuri Gusek, number 11. Every week here on MSC. 1-0 Minnesota leads. Here's Wyatt Smith knocking the puck in front of the net, taken away. Godbout trying to hold his zone, but it's worked to center ice nicely by Bianchi. Bianchi heads for the net. And a whistle.
And he seems to be improving all the time. In fact, has picked up points in his last 4 out of 5 games. So Jeff Sauer figures he's on a better pace than he was before.
He had a real good freshman year, 27 points. Picked 11 goals last year. Not bad for a rookie. Godbout rolls it across the middle and it goes all the way through. And I know he had a real strong weekend when Minnesota visited up there late in the season. And the Badgers came up with a victory to break a 9-game losing streak. From center ice, it's flipped in deep by Godbout. Has produced the most among the Minnesota high schools, that is.
A lot of choices out there.
Oh, there are. Give you a clue, they're only one behind Northwood Prep. Lead pass a bit too far for Sean Carter. Carter, number 10, from Eagle River, Wisconsin. And at the line, it's kept in by Rothering. Rothering, another natural-born cheesehead from Madison. Spin around play by Bianchi. That's deflected. Carter after it in the corner. And the pass back to the far boards is taken now instead by Checo. Kraft just froze those two defensemen there.
Yeah, well, the guy's got the puck. That's why defensemen must talk to each other. One defenseman's got to move towards him. The other has to make certain that he's got that winger breaking. No one picked up Berg.
Still a minute to go on Wisconsin's power play as Rhaegar shoots it in. Up on the far side, Troy Howard went after it, who had a big weekend last weekend, but Howard was unable to get it. Here's Woog with a takeaway. And he floats it into the corner, happy to do so, killing more time on the penalty to Hankinson, who went for tripping. To center ice comes Rothering. Ran right into Scott Sanderson, his teammate. Badgers dump it in. Minnesota gains control. They've got Woog breaking. Minnesota has Woog, that is, and then shot right into the glove of Dobbins-Beck. Well, he was just kind of cherry picking out there in the weeds. Carter breaks through. Last shot to go. And he hit Minnesota's D. Taken away by LaPlante in his own end. Freshman from Calgary. Off from behind the net. Good stride to center. Crosses the red line and then dumps it in. Godbout first man of the puck. Another Hill-Murray grab. And Wyatt Smith to pick it up. Ahead for Dan Woog. The play is onside. Looking for Checo, but the pass was blocked by Krug. Now the Badgers to center. Wyatt Smith giving chase. Wisconsin elects to dump it in. They'll change all 5 in the Cardinal and white on the fly. Woog let that puck go all the way through him. I don't know that he ever touched it, so there's no icing, although there could have been. And at the line, it's kept in by Mike Anderson. Not a good number.
There can't be too many bruises.
No. Goalies won't need much ice, will they? Oops, skipped right through the shortstop Wyatt Smith there, and Mahone had to leave it at the side of the net. And now Smith again gets it to center. Here's Woog centering for Checo. It comes all the way through. Smith, the center iceman on this line. Checo and Woog, the wingers. Dan Woog wraps it ahead. Gets it himself. And he flips it in deep. Came into the weekend 3rd in the WCHA in scoring. That ought to give him a boost.
Boy, will it ever. But what a capable player he is, too. I mean, you cannot afford the luxury of just thinking he's off in the corner someplace, because he'll always pop up where that puck is. And he's got the great ability to put the puck into the net.
If Teeter Wynn does not score any, well, let's rephrase that. Teeter Wynn has 47 coming into the weekend. He won't play till tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. And right now, Brian Bonnen has 47. So they would be technically tied for the top. Peter Geronazzo is next, that being in all games. Conference and non-conference. Of course, the official scoring champion. Scramble for a loose puck as Checo went in after it. Dobbins-Beck never controlled after that blistering shot by Greg Swachman, who goes after it again. The official champion at the end of the year is named based on conference games only. And the numbers we were quoting was for... And normally, if you're ahead of the play like that, you might expect the pass, but he wasn't in a good spot to take a pass. Too tight a quarters, so Rothering had to eat it. Whoa. Left side, Wyatt Smith fires right on, looking for the 5-hole, and a rebound bounce past 2 players, and now Max Williams roaring out to center ice to the Minnesota line. Drops it in the slot, gets the return pass, and a nice sliding save by Jeff Moan. Williams and Rick Enrico combining on the rush up ice. Here's Enrico behind the net. Wadsley all over him. And Minnesota with the extra man there. Well, now everything is even. Checo, the extra man, would be waiting for that loose puck if it ever comes free. And like a couple of chess players, they say, we agree on a draw. We'll have Sanderson with it. A few seconds remain, as you see. Haley is shut down by 3 Minnesota players. Oh, and it's fired right in front of the net by Rothering. Now he'll go back on the point as another shot is deflected. Haley with the block. Up the middle, and Rehgard fans on it at the horn, and this period comes to an end. 23 seconds remaining on that penalty to Ryan Craig. Timeout on MSC. Rick, give me 5 high. Give me 5 down low. Too slow? Too slow. Too slow. 16:35 left to go in the third. And Wadsley takes his man to the corner. Centered in front. Nice block there by LaFleur as he broke up the centering pass by Enrico. And mentally, this has to be a tough period for the Badgers. Down by 3 after having given up the last 4 goals. Woog centers it. It's in a skate or 2. And then Max Williams poked 3 to the line and hit a Minnesota body. It's chipped out to center. Checo cross-winked his Wachman. And it's chipped all the way down by Woog.
And just takes the shot away.
Checo gets it out at center ice. Bianchi and Checo lock up, former teammates. Now Alec. And Strobel. Fires from 60, and it's kicked away by Moan. Wachman checked by Strobel. At the line, Alec. Wrist shot. Goal! That caromed in front and hit somebody. And it'll be a 7-4 game.
Well, it was Bianchi and also Greg Wachman who were moving in front of the net as that shot came from the point position. And the puck in a position where he can move the puck quickly. Comes off the boards right here. And all of a sudden, watch how quickly he gets the release away. But see in front also, you see the players coming in front. Someone deflected it there, but it looked like, but it was going to be Alec who goes to get credit for the goal.
Goal of his career. Carter, Strobel, Ellick, and Sanderson, the 4 goal scorers for the Badgers. Here comes Checo, and it got away from LaFleur. Woog played it down low. Here's LaFleur shooting. That was deflected. Now taken away by LaPlante. Freshman D to center, trying to get around Wadsley. Won't go. And a loose puck in the corner. Wadsley goes after it. Tried to get it out. That was blocked. A nice play again by LaPlante. And LaFleur behind his own net. Ryan LaFleur has a lot of room. Brings it in. Fakes. Weed. Shoots. Tough for the save. That's making it look mighty easy.
He's getting pretty adept at making that move.
Goals in a game go all the way back to November the 11th when he had his only loss of the season. He allowed 5 to Denver right here at Mariucci Arena. Frank?
But a very stingy team this year defensively.
Yeah, they ever, one of the reasons for the success defensively is their ability offensively to keep that puck moving and to score those goals.
Yeah, they put so many elements together. Forwards you're just talking about. The defense perhaps unmatched in college hockey this year. Treble, Crowley back there doing a lot of the exciting things and then getting great jobs from LaFleur, Godbout, Wosley's, Walkman, etc.
I have not seen another team with as much mobility.
Here has a power play goal. Treble knocked down. Boy, when was the last time you saw that happen? I mean, he was just caught off balance there. Somebody nudged him down, but you never see him on the ice.
No, you don't.
And behind the net, Sanderson had some problems with it. Oh, a steal by Smith. He gets free and shoots one. Soper saves the day again for the Badgers, who are struggling here in the third. Out at center ice, the puck was knocked down by LaPlante and flipped back into the Minnesota end. Took a funny spin there. And here's Woog trying to play it out. Picked up by Smith, and he'll dump it in. Less than 90 seconds to go in the game. And here's Brink. Go back to Crowley. We got sticks high. We got a little
shoe line. It looks like they're both going to head to the penalty box right now. One of the things when you line up four guys in the blue line, you see players come in, you try to get a piece of them whether they've got the puck or not. I think sticks it up a little bit between those two players, and so they'll get a chance to finish out the game in the penalty box.
Become the first team in Division I play to hit 20 wins this year. And what an inspiring run they have to Mariucci Arena. Indeed, just like downtown. We're at the Target Center for the border battle of 1996. The Golden Gophers against the Badgers. Right now, time for our tires.
15 Minnesota, especially in the first 5 minutes. Remember, Minnesota's very adept at putting that puck in the net early on in the game, and this is what the Badgers have to contend themselves with. Get through the first 5 minutes and go from there.
A scramble. The bus is there. He covers up. We get another whistle.
The pile when the season is over. You've got to win your share there.
And an assist. It was also a power play tally. This is a power play goal here. Crowley, Bonin get the assist. So Minnesota's top 3 scorers, Bonin, Crowley, and Treble each pick up a point on that power play goal. Now LaPlante has it for Wisconsin. Mike LaPlante, the freshman defenseman, shot it in. Now Nick Checo tied up on the near side. Joe Bianchi knocked it loose, and Wyatt Smith for Minnesota behind his own net. And they flip it into the left wing corner. Minnesota's record in the scoring
Treble is probably one of the top guys we have, and is probably one of the top guys we have. Is probably one of the top guys we have on our team. There's no question that he's certainly slated for the net.
Now the Badger center iceman's going to be tossed. It'll be Haley. Raygort is in for the draw, but it was won by Wu. Checo. Smith banned on it. Now a race for it, and DeBus will help out Dan Treble. Haley in after him, and then Crowley relays it around. Raygor ties up Treble. Smith gets it to Woog. And now Woog looking for Checo, moving in, 2-on-1. Oh, he centered for Crowley, but misfired on the pass. Crowley digs it out and dumps it into the left wing corner. Checo in front. Corner. Dobbins-Beck has made 2 great saves here in the first period. Now LaFleur over the line. Woo has a little bit of trouble with that puck, which seems to be sticking a bit. And now it's fired by the Badgers. Now Woo. And Checo spins away from a hit. And gets control of the puck, gets it to Woo. Smith can't control. The Badgers break out. They might have the odd man advantage here. 3-on-2. Williams pulls up, goes cross rink, and it's in deep now. At the point of blast by Gruden, fired way wide. And that 3-on-2 opportunity went nowhere for him.
It did, because they slowed down a little bit, and as a result, what happened was the Badgers controlled the puck, but all the end coverage.
Checo to center ice, bearing down on Ellick. Now 2-on-1, and a return to Checo by Woog, and it came back to the right point. Cleared all the way down by the Badgers. They're going to wave off the icing. DeBus quickly to Treble, trying to catch Wisconsin. It's not 6, but 10.5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, shots right now are the Badgers have outshot, according to the clock here, have outshot Minnesota 6-5.
2-0, however. Minnesota with the lead on the scoreboard. Burden behind his own net. And it looks like he ices it here. Will DeBus have to play it? Oh, it dies. The horn goes anyway. Center in Minneapolis. The Golden Gophers. And they are holding on.
Yeah, they are. Wisconsin's doing a good job of moving the puck towards that net. And last night they're kind of slowing down a bit, but today they've been very aggressive in their checking and also in their shooting.
Tim Rothering. Well, he looks bigger than 6 feet. Rothering, number 24. Maybe they've just given him tall numbers to make him look.
That's what it is.
But listed here at 6 feet and 180. And a scrap for the puck in the corner. Here's Rothering. He's it up and lets a low one go, but that was deflected in front. Maybe by Wyatt Smith. Raygor. And he has his arm wrapped around Wadley. Comes loose right up the middle, and Dan Woog tips it back to Smith. Right back to Woog, and they have a nice breakout develop. The pass to Checo is deflected, and it results in an offside at the blue line. 8 goals, 2 of them tonight, and Dan Treble remains red hot on a scoring streak. Now here's DeBus way out to play the puck away, and Godbout flips it out at center ice. Treble has now scored in 7 consecutive games. He has 5 goals in those 7 games. Godbout. Pass broken up by Ellick and sent deep by Smith. Burden tries to clear, hits the glass, back into the Minnesota end. Here's Smith to Checo, and Checo came in offside by a fraction. Strong, yes. Durable, keeps coming at him. Godbout shoots it in. And we're coming up on the 16-minute mark of period 2. Checo looking for Smith. Dobbensbeck with a sweep, or actually a poke check there to knock it away. And it's shot out of the zone by Bianchi. Here's DeBus to play it away. And now Smith. Too far for Woog, too far for everybody. That will visit with Ryan Lefebvre, and Tom Speck in desperation throws it away to center. Here's Godbout trying to break his way in. Now Raygor to the corner. And it's shot right out of there by Dan Woog. Boy, I'll tell you, Dobbensbeck, the way he spanked that puck, could have put his teammates in a real bad spot had that been intercepted by Minnesota and come back in. I'll take it up on the far side. Rothering rubbed into the rail. And flipped right back out again. Dobbensbeck has to play it. That'll do it on the penalty to LaFleur. And this is going to be a tough third period for the Cardinal and White. You can see already that a fair amount of wind has come out of their sails. Here's DeBus playing it at the side for Wadley. Wadley now to Checo. Checo, a nice move. There's a shot deflected just wide by Woog. Woog tries to stuff it in, then he is plastered. And it's fired all the way down. And Minnesota has a 5-0 lead. Here's a takeaway. Woog put it in front. Smith battling for it. Kept alive. Oh, out of the zone and back in, and it's offside.
Well, the fans not happy, but that was Greg Shepard standing right on. Could not get to it in time, and so that'll slow things down just a moment.
Bring you up to date on scores out of town. There's that. They line up again tomorrow. And St. Cloud State in overtime beat Northern Michigan, so that's a split of that series. Duluth with another lopsided victory over Anchorage. And Denver has a 3-1 lead in the third over North Dakota. Remember, they had a winning streak of 5 or 6 games. And they will play today and tomorrow in the Mile High City. At center ice, Wyatt Smith. He's had some good chances tonight. He's out there right now. Hankinson and Woog.
Well, Hankinson should be well rested after serving his misconduct.
Hankinson on a tear as well. Has scored in 6 straight games coming back from the World Junior Tournament and has 12 points in those 6. Delayed penalty. It'll go against the Badgers. Live action at center, and this is Mickey Ellick to slide it in. Puck got away. Oh, Checo took a thundering elbow from Ellick.
Oh, did he ever.
And that goes undetected. That may have rearranged some teeth. Here comes Godbout, and Engelhardt chasing him. Tell you, 5.5 minutes left here. Minnesota with a 5-0 lead. Oh, and Engelhardt was attacked by Checo away from the puck. And I was going to say, 5.5 minutes left. Plenty of time for this one to get ugly, and it is. Wyatt Smith at the left, along with Troy Howard, and they're about ready to go toe-to-toe.
Well, they don't want to be thrown from the games either, and that's where the players realize, even when they get in this position, do I fight or do I not fight? Do we wrestle?
Howard with the challenge there, and now with a face mask infraction. Troy Howard, we might mention here, the son of Wisconsin's goalie coach Bill Howard. Boy, there's got to be a little extra there. You talk about courage there. How do you restrain yourself if you're Wyatt Smith?
It really is.
Fly. Williams. And now they quickly work it to Enrico, trying to beat LaFleur. And LaFleur stepped in nicely, took the bus out. That puck is free. And a good recovery by Wasley to get it ahead to Woog. He's stripped of the puck by LaPlante. And LaPlante is met by LaFleur. Rubbed off the play. That allows Woog to get the puck. 8 more seconds, and then Minnesota's power play begins. Williams with a steal at center ice, and then LaPlante throws it away. Penalty to Checo is over as Woog shoots. Woog went to shoot again, but the puck was cleared away. And now the major penalty in effect against Howard gives Minnesota the power play, but they bring it in offside. Non-union labor, we might add.
Over in Madison.
Back on him at the campus of the University of Minnesota. Tonight they take on the Wildcats of Northern Michigan, and you can see
also the little cross check he took when he tried to move towards the net.
He also had actually 2 whacks at it in close there. He is so good in tight quarters. Checo firing one off the outside of the net. And just as the puck comes to center ice, the player Darcy Dallas steps on. He touched the puck. Now the draw to the Wildcats, and the sophomore Rocky Welsing behind his own net. Takes a hit, muscled off the puck, but gets some help in a hurry from Mike Corrin. Corrin, number 14, playing it ahead, but too far for Mikko Ravina, who was held up at the line. I thought there would be a penalty, but play goes on. Now Corrin has it again and shoots it deep into the Gopher end. Wasley over to pick it up. And we passed the 3-minute mark of period number 1, no score. Off Woog's stick into the Wildcat zone. Haken playing it around, looking for Trevor Janicki, and then it's shot right back around to the near side. And back out at center ice where Dan Treble picks it up. Having an All-American-like year, playing it over to Crowley. Now for Woog, Welsing right in the slot is there to take it away and shoot it out. Good agile move there by Rocky Welsing.
How big is he going to be when he becomes a senior?
6'6", 230. We'll keep an eye on him. Quoted from the paper as saying, well, it's warmer in Marquette than it is in Wadena. No argument this week, folks. This week, compared to here, the Marquette area might be the sun and fun capital of the country. Check thrown out at center ice by Dan Woog, and that really broke that play up. It's offside at the Minnesota line.
Wildcats doing a good job of skating. One thing when you play against a top team like Minnesota is it brings out the best in you. Minnesota looking to get the first place in the WCHA must concentrate on each game as it comes.
Yeah, it's easy for fans and broadcasters alike to get complacent in a situation like this. It is tied for the longest unbeaten string in the nation. It's easy to say, well, things are going just fine. Well, Doug realizes that lines 2 and 3 need to start contributing. And There's no time like the present to get that turned around. You don't want to be waiting and figure, well, they'll come around maybe when Colorado College comes here. You may be too late. Yep. So he has that in the back of his mind. Forecheck pressure by Mike Anderson, number 10. Haken tumbled and fell in the crease. And back out at center ice, here's Charlie Wadsley over to LaFleur. Wadsley, number 6, was co-host, if you will, of the Doug Woog show this week. Hope you had a chance to see that about an hour ago. He comes in, facing off against Coronen. And here's Welch to control. Minute 20 on the Wildcat power play. And we're halfway through the period. Only 2 minors here and only 8 total shots on goal. And Treble. Now Welch with the interception. Centers it. They work it to the point quickly. Coronen. And a little give and go with Timmins. Now Coronen to the right side. Here's Coronen once more. And they go down low, but it hopped away from Basio at the last second.
The pressure, and so they got a little bit rattled there and just gave the puck away finally.
Here's Jason Welch in deep again. Stripped to the puck and a nice sweep check by LaFleur. Timmins. Pressured by Kraft. Now Basio tries to one-time it in front of the net. Welch shoots it around. Again, good movement. Here's Coronen. And in deep to Basio. Welch. Tied up by Wadsley. Wadsley gets it ahead, and then Woog takes his time, brings it to center, and Ryan Kraft gobbles up more time on the penalty clock. Now just 6 seconds left on the Berg minor for cross-checking as the Gophers floated down. Tied for first in power play goals with his 7th. Bonin also has 7, and now he joins Treble and Bonin with 7. Seymour breaks out of the Wildcat zone. Comes to the Minnesota line where LaFleur stands him up and stood him up long enough.
They're good quality opportunities.
I think what we've seen of Haken over the last couple of years, these numbers here are not really indicative of his quality. 470 goals against average. I think he's a better goalie than that. But when the
big shorthanded goal.
1907, the time of the unassisted goal, the first shorthanded goal for Kraft as the penalty now is over. Checo is on. And the Wildcats track it down. Mitro in the corner is tied up. Woog with a hit for Minnesota. Van Bruggen is there to play it to the point. The shot goes behind the net. And Nick Checo just out of the penalty box hustles to get the puck. 14 left in the period. Pass to the line for Godbout. The left wing pass is deflected. Checo bearing down on it, but it's taken outside by Humany. And just a few seconds remain in the period. Whoop, it hopped loose in the middle. And as it comes to center, the horn goes. Mosier will get the lone assist. And Berg is behind only Brian Bonin in goal.
Who has not played a lot and happened to be our guest after the first period. They'll all want to be our guests now. They can get some points like that. But he makes the play happen and Reggie Burke who had a wide open net.
No icing here. Godbout back to get it, being pressured on the play, and Frateroli tried to check him but missed and got nothing but boards. Woog with the outlet pass finds Godbout at center. Godbout taken out of the play by Mitro, but following the play, here's Checo. Now Godbout behind. He'll center it. A scramble, and that puck batted away at the last second by the Cats. There's Mitro and the outlet pass, but we're going to have a penalty coming up on Northern Michigan. Humany, first man to it behind his own net. And now it's fired by Roger Lewis. Seymour shooting, and that didn't miss by much. Another shot taken by Humany, and that was blocked. A scramble in the slot, but the puck comes to center, and it's shot down by Hendrickson after he crossed the red line. Haken trapped out of the net. Woog, a goal! And the zap-breaking drought for Dan Woog, and it's 5-0 Minnesota. A point in 6 games.
Scored 5 goals. Haken right here. Once again, a bad mistake. He loses the puck, and Checo gets the puck out right to Woog, who puts it in. Wide open net. Minnesota, as we said, once the gates open.
And for Dan Woog, goal number 3 of the season. His last point was a goal at Denver, which for Woog capped off a 5-game scoring streak, and then he'd gone 5 more without a point until now. Did it in tight quarters, too. He took quite a shot before he fired it in.
Yes, he did.
And they flip it out at center. LaFleur back in his own end. And Checo rolls it to center. Mike Anderson goes after it. Bartholomew is there.
Remember that now?
I didn't want to put you on the hot seat there, but I think that's a pretty good indication of where that number's not important. It's kind of a game at a time thing.
Coaches don't like players who read the newspaper or watch, read their own write-ups in the different magazines or watch the scoreboard or look at those type of things.
There comes Crowley weaving his way in, shooting, gets his own rebound, and the whistle goes before that second shot goes. We're going to have a couple of penalties coming up here. Woog tangled up just a little bit with Mike Johnson. For roughing to Woog and Johnson at 9:03. A little 4-on-4 hockey. What's your read on the Wildcats?
Well, you look at superstars and what makes them so good. Why is Brian so good?
Brian's been good all his life, I guess. He's just one of those guys that has a natural talent, a natural instinct to play the game. He's one of those great skaters, and Walkman almost had his first goal of the season right there. And
you guys don't keep track, do you?
Oh, just for Walkman, he's my roommate.
Do you agree with Mike Strobel's comment when he was in town last week? Said unquestionably Brian Bonin is the best player in the country.
I believe he is, as far as the players that I've seen, and he's only going to get better, I think.
Dave Lohr gets only his 5th goal. He's got a sweet shot. That's a nice shot he's got.
Boy, it is. I mean, he had that one labeled. It was a good hard shot, but it was right on the money. That's exactly where he was trying to put it. You could just see by the presence he had when he looked up. He saw that opening, and he hit it on the mark.
LaFleur finding his offensive life this season. 2 minutes left to go, period 2. Right in on goal. There's Checo. But that puck stuck on him, and then he was out of place. Pass to Lewis off his stick, and it's an easy giveaway and a turnover. Woog brings it in. Checo trying to bury it, but Mitchell makes the save. And the Wildcats 3-on-2 back the other way. And a big, hard shot by Sheptak wide of the target. Now Sheptak out of the corner, centering pass broken up by Godbout. Rolled across, and now Anderson throws it high in the air and puts the puck out of play with 89 seconds to go in the second period. Berg Treveldy.
Errors. Minnesota 7, Northern Michigan nothing after just 2 periods of play. And Dan Woog, one of the 5 goals for Minnesota in the second period. And you were just making the comment about how good this team plays in the second period. Is there any reason why that happens?
I don't know. I mean, second period has been our strongest period all year, and I mean, I don't know why. We're not real slow out of the first period either. We scored quite a few goals in the first 5 minutes of the game this year, in almost every game, I guess. But I don't know. We just get a little extra, get our legs moving, and seem to play better.
With the exception of the 2 goals in the first period, it was pretty slow for the first 15 minutes. What adjustments or what was said in between periods?
Not much. Just pick it up a little bit. And we were playing decent, we were playing great, and we just know we got to play our game, not worry too much about what the other teams do, and just come on and play harder.
All right. So it's your dad's birthday today. Have you gotten him anything special?
Actually, no, I didn't. I was pretty busy all week, but maybe we'll have lunch tonight or something. It's not a violation, I don't believe so. But my mom won't be there either. She's on a trip in Europe or something. So but it's still nice. It's 52, so it's quite a few. He won't hurt him to miss one.
That's right. The coach can take the player out in this exception here. Thanks a lot, Dan, for joining us. When we come back, his father will be live with Tom Reed, and that's right after this time.
We're 2.5 minutes into the third period. Up the middle, the pass for Zwackman got away from him, and he's chased outside, but gets the puck and dumps it back in, allows Minnesota to touch up. 7-0 Minnesota with the lead. Now Godbout out at center. And here's Checo. Puts it right up the middle. And off a stick. Woog battling behind the net. And the pile up in the corner. Good look at a frozen puck there. Float it down. And Woog in to apply a little forecheck pressure at the tail end of this power play. Treble trying to break up a rush, but ran into Frateroli. Now here's Mitro. Taken out by Crowley, and Anderson comes roaring out of his own end. Something we don't talk much about, Tom, and that's the defensive play of Mike Crowley. Offensively, he's so good. But defensively, great positional defenseman. Backhand by Rowe. A dandy shot to go. And he's got 2 tonight.
Well, he couldn't give a much better birthday present to his dad, his coach. Doug Woog, as Dan Woog picked up 2 goals in tonight's contest, and a good backhand shot, too. Very tough for goaltenders to handle. You see the perspiration dripping off Jason Mitchell. He has been tested a great deal here in this game. Once again, the Wildcats unable to clear the zone, and that has been a costly situation for them in this game. And Woog just picks it up, and in the 5-hole, he puts it away as he breaks it between the 2 defenders, and Minnesota leads by 8.
Nice play by Crowley at the left point. Only assist, 7:04. Roger Lewis trapped in his own corner. And it's loose to the side, batted away by Dallas, now brought by Lewis to center. Lewis firing for the Minnesota line off a skate and wide of the target. Treble chased outside by Mike Warren. And Checo gets the puck out of the zone. Brad Timmins has to go back to pick it up. Timmins ran right into Anderson, then shovels it to the Minnesota line. This is Casbow. Swakman, nice pass to Woog, and he gets the shot off that Mitchell saved, and then Woog was thrown. Treble, cross rink Crowley. A screen, a shot was deflected, never reached the net. And Anderson, a wraparound, hat trick for Woog, out of the rebound, and listen to the crowd.
Well, Frank, as I said at the end of the second period, after Moshe made a nice play and got a point, and after we had interviewed him, that these guys are all going to want to be interviewed. Dan Woog now being interviewed after the second period. He picked up the hat trick, and right now we've got a bunch of hats coming on the ice. Here's a shot by Crowley right here. You can see it being blocked, but Woog goes for the net. That's discipline. He'll pick it up right here. Now, Anderson's the one who's going to make the play here. He comes around. There's the first shot. You see the goaltender once again. Mitchell makes a save, but no one takes out Woog, and he puts it in. Go for the net. Good things can happen. And the hat trick for Dan Woog.
Number 1 career hat trick. 10-12 the time. And his 5th goal of the season.
Before the game, we also talked about lines 2 and 3 and 4 picking up the pace, and we are seeing that in this game for the Gophers.
And they've hit 9 goals, a season high for the Golden Gophers. They had hit 8 3 times before, the last happening last weekend against Wisconsin. They've hit number 9 now, and they have a 9-0 lead. And an offside at the blue line called, and play will be coming back.
Frank, it's interesting also, we have played 10.5 minutes in this third period, and the Wildcats have not had a shot on the netminder, Jeff Moniette. He's had a couple of chances, a little bit off the target. He made 1 save, but actually the shot was wide of the net. And I wonder what he's saying right now. He's having fun with it.
Steve Woog, the older brother.
Probably mixed feelings right now. Of course, he went to Northern Michigan as he watches some of his former teammates out here and former coach battle against the Gophers, and of course his brother Danny getting the hat trick.
He's going to be happy for Danny.
Yeah.
And now Mike Crowley. Here's Treble again. Go. And Treble goes cross rink to Crowley.
Right now the Gophers doing just about anything they want with that puck, and Wildcats having trouble getting control, sustaining any type of position with the puck at all.
And their 2 shots have been, what, from the blue line, I think, roughly, in this period. Swakman. And now Checo goes in after it. Here's Sheptak. Just got a new stick from the bench. Lets a rocket go wide by a couple of feet. And Swatman has it again. Anderson. And he'll throw it deep into the Wildcat end. We've done it. Doug Woog celebrating number 52. His dad, Jake Woog, right in the center of the screen.
Got to be pretty proud.
You bet. Couple of generations in the building here with Jake.
And boy, that pride goes both ways, doesn't it? You can sense it whenever his dad's around at the different hockey games and at the Blue Line luncheons. It's great.
And the out-of-town trips, not afraid to travel. The second and third lines have come to life. Jeff Moan, so far, 11 saves. That's all the shots he has faced. 11. All right, we'll bring you up to date right now. We'll
be unsportsmanlike, but find out what the penalties are momentarily.
5 minutes left, about 4.5 minutes left in the game. And we're 5-on-5 on the ice. Seymour with a wraparound try, but he was held off by LaFleur. This is Checo. Mike Anderson at center. Long shot. Mitchell the save, and he covers up in a hurry.
As you mentioned, that was a long shot by Anderson. He's kind of goals. February the 10th, 1993.
Yeah, no, I'm just finding out I'm going to get a cut and pay because I didn't do the whole show. Let's talk to Charlie about this. 90 seconds left, a 10-0 hockey game. And Checo in the corner. Here comes Anderson. Oh, Jeff Moan. What's he faced here? He's faced. They still only officially have put one shot on goal this period. Lewis. And they dump it in. Now under a minute to go. Godbout getting it to center. Checo. And now they reach for Godbout. Godbout reaches for it, gets it in, and then to a 10-0 lead. We'll be right back.
The one thing Doug Woog was looking for.
Well, the kingpin on the third line scored a hat trick, that being Dan Woog, and he's standing by with Ryan Lefebvre.
Thanks, Frank, and we'll get to your performance in just a moment, but I'm sure those who are wondering how you guys would get up for this game, being that it's Northern Michigan, certainly you guys did take this game very seriously.
Oh, yeah, it's just like every other game. It's another one we got to prepare for. It doesn't matter who you play. You still got to play hard and try to play up to your best year capability. Woo! Oh, that was tough.
Obviously, that's a good feeling. When you get squirted, that's a good feeling. And in passing, you've said to me that you've been disappointed at times about this season, but it's got to be worth it tonight, the performance you had.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just frustrating when it doesn't go in the net, but as long as the team's winning, that's the most important thing. And, you know, you play as hard as you can and you take the results.
Well, you said you didn't get your dad a birthday present, but I'm sure he'll be pretty happy with what he saw tonight.
Yeah, I think that's too bad Mom wasn't here to see it, but, yeah, he's happy. It's as good as anything money can buy, I think.
What's the conversation with you and Steve Woog going to be like tonight?
I don't know. He'll probably give me a little heck, but he'll be happy for me. I know that, and he's here to watch his alma mater, and it's a real good feeling.
All right, Boomer. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
All right, Dan Woog, a hat trick tonight. Let's go back up to Frank and Tom.
That'll teach you to wear a tie on Friday night there, Lefebvre. You're going to get that thing wet. American Dairy Association and your local dairy farmers bring you the player of the game, Dan Woog, the first career hat trick with the 3 goals against the Wildcats. Let's go to Beckett, and we'll show you the Ryan Kraft goal.
I tell you one thing about Minnesota, they were going for the net all the time here. You watch Anderson, he comes in here, and watch all of a sudden there's Woog coming in there. He's getting that big goal, and what a treat that was for him, because it was just a nice situation where, you know, if you go to the front of the net, something.
Operator error. That was Danny's hat trick goal. There is a look at Steve. I think still up in the club room there. He's had enough of us. Additionally, let's take a look at the nation's longest undefeated streak. It is held by the Golden Gophers, and as you can see throughout the history of the school, this is one of their best ever. At the top of the pile, 13 games, their longest winning streak.
Dan Woog, despite recording the hat trick last night, will not suit up tonight.
Well,
that's right.
Yeah, you get when you do something like that, you get a chance to rest. That's not what he was looking for. But even before,
Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
Well, last Friday night, the pipes indeed were calling for Doug's son, Danny Boy. Probably would prefer to be called Boomer. He answered with 3 goals, first collegiate hat trick, and he thinks the first hat trick of his career. Memory fades, I guess, with time, but quite a night for him.
Yeah, it was nice for him because he had been on the short end of some offensive things. He hadn't been putting the puck in, and neither his line mates. And I think, with the question when your own son plays, why is he in there? Why isn't he in? It kind of answers some things and takes the pressure off of him. I think that was a real good situation. And next night, Jay Mosier had one that takes the pressure off of him. Guys like to get in the points, even though they can be measured by more than just points.
Can he give you any grief for still benching him Saturday night after he scored
No. Hey, he's played a lot, and it was probably due to give somebody else a chance in there. And, it's just the way it is. We've got some other guys that can play, and if he's not in, somebody else comes in and does the job, as we saw on Saturday night.
A lot of depth indeed. A 10-0 win on the stretch of the WCHA schedule. Tonight it's against the Fighting Sioux from the Engelstead Arena. To Greg Wohlers, who we hope is watching back in the Twin Cities, the linesman who was injured at Mariucci Arena last week. The word that we have, I don't know how close to official it is, but it's pretty good, is that he's recovering. He's out of the hospital.
wearing the half shields, because they have to move away from the vision of the puck sometimes to see where they're going to make sure they don't run into players and leave themselves wide open. It could have been a lot more serious than it was.
That's exactly what happened to Wohlers last week. Now we're 6 minutes into this game, no score. And a forecheck pressure there. Students sit down will be able to see the game as well as you do.
7th goal.
Woog pushes the puck in the corner, and our first look at the line centered by Dan Woog. Jesse Bertley out on the left. Mike Anderson, the freshman from Bloomington Jefferson, on the right. Back behind the net, Dane Lipke to control. Gottbaut at center. And Bertley outfanned on it. It was tipped away from him by Jay Panzer. Greg Zwackman rolls it to center ice. Panzer takes it away. Shot it in. It was knocked out of the air by Gottbaut. And Bill True takes it behind the net. Ridden outside, taken out of the play by Gottbaut. They go to Nomenko at the right point, looking for the tip, and they get the goal. Bill True from Nomenko.
North Dakota doing a good job of skating. They have not slowed down at all.
LaFleur after a bouncing puck, and he's pressured in a hurry by Jeff Ulmer. Bounces to center. This is Woog. A drop pass to Bertliot. They get help from Anderson, who shoots it in. Kevin Rapana behind the net, and he quickly plays it over to Jesse Bull. Bull, a Faribault, Minnesota product, bringing it in a little bit too far on that right wing pass. And Bertliot turns it around to LaFleur. He's stripped of the puck. Then Woog breaks up the rush by Ulmer. And Rapana back in his own end to get it. Pivots. And in a crowd, that was Bull, I think, was blasted to the ice, and they wanted him to stay there. So they kept pushing him down. It usually works, too. Now LaFleur in the corner takes the hit, but Minnesota maintains control. Tight checking game here in the first period in Grand Forks. By Murphy, he gets it to center, and then Wasley spins it right back in, and there's the time remaining in the period. Murphy from center, throwing it in deep. Out of the corner to Dave Larson. Takes a big hit on the far side from Panzer. Panzer, a native of Grand Forks. He's wearing number 16. And they work it to the line. Circle. Low with a glove catch. I think it would have been off target anyway. So we'll have a face-off. Ryan Lefevre as our first intermission.
Hot water bottle.
I don't know. Brendan Rutherford, do you think we can get him to drink some coffee up here? Zwackman going after the puck, and a break there, but out the batted away from Panzer. Pivots launching it in. Zwackman, watched by Panzer. True knocks the puck free. Gottbaut in the corner takes a hit. Zwackman got away from it. One thing that Dean Blaze told us today was that the Fighting Sioux were going to use the very quick puck control type game. A lot of quick, short passes, and they've been doing that extremely well.
They would be very aggressive in that offensive zone, and they are not giving Nivitz again.
Corey Johnson in trouble as Dan Treble pinched in to try to keep the play alive. It bounces to the line. Does it come out? Apparently not. Then finally Kevin Rapana gets it to center, and Drew shoots it all the way down. North Dakota making a line change. We've played 3 minutes of the second period. Treble with a pass to center is tipped by Woog, but taken away by Jeff Ulmer. Crowley. And now Dan Treble. Lobbing it in the air to get it out of the zone. And Brad Williamson given a sit down by Jesse Bertliot. Treble back in his zone end. Woog throwing a hit. And Williamson centers it to Bull. A backhand looking for the 5-hole, but Moan makes the stop. And he's facing off against Tom Fillion, a freshman. Chicago native Nick D'Amico, who played at John Marshall High School in Rochester. Big save by Kavalivar. All right, it was off the pipe. There's a break. Oh, whistle down on the offside. And Fillion is upset with Tom Goddard.
And,
well, yeah.
Better to be lucky than good.
On the far side, Bertliot. Hard shot into the corner. Moser. Jay Moser, defenseman by trade. Here's a centering pass for Crowley. And a big save by Kavalivar. 5-0.
Frank, who would have thought that coming in here? Yep.
We expected a tight game, a close game. Didn't expect lopsided.
I talked to the Gophers before the game, and I said, are you guys ready for this game? You know, when you've had easy weekends like you've had, you've got to be ready. And Brian Bond says, yeah, I think we are. I think we're all set to go here. We've talked about it.
The green and white was a little more set to go. Last two good chances by Dan Woog and Bertliot, who just blasted Nemenko. And Wynn leads a 3-on-2 rush out of the zone. Litke trying to get it over the line. Woog breaks up the pass. They turn it around in a hurry. And Anderson throws it deep for a Minnesota change remaining on that. And the play set up finally by Hoopstein. Junior from Thunder Bay. It's wrapped ahead, short-handed. Here comes Bond and ran into a check. And now Wynn and Woog go after it. Hoopstein in the corner hits Woog, and it's centered by Woog, but taken away by Calais. Here's Wynn. Gophers not afraid to take a chance there, short-handed. Down by 6. I would say start rolling the dice. See what you get. Murphy does a good job to recover and keep it in. Hoopstein covered up on the far side. Calais gets it. He's taken outside by Wasley. And the penalty to Crowley is over. Right from the point, a hard shot by Murphy wide of the target. Buzzer goes. Boy, Gophers only have 4 unanswered. Have a 6-0 lead. At center ice to Woog. Nice little give and go with Treble. 1-on-4 as he brought it in. Then he was stripped of the puck. And right back the other way come the Fighting Sioux. This is Ulmer. And as he is tied up, the puck easily cleared away. Now it's loose Fillion in there. Here's Jeff Ulmer off the base of the net behind and swept away by Woog. Well, Minnesota's pinpoint passing through most of the year, just not evident here. And another goalie, Steve DeBus in. At about, what, 3:55 of the period? Tom, you didn't ask Doug if he was going to change goalies again. No, batted out of midair by the Fighting Sioux all the way down. Here's Treble to get it. Hoopstein chasing him. Hoopstein got the second assist on the Teeter Wynn goal. So now Wynn with the goal and a couple of assists. Crowley stays on side at the line, goes deep. In the slot. Give Dan Woog also an assist on that one, 4:25. Coming up. Well, I can tell you this, there's 3 North Dakota players in the box. They're all serving roughing minors.
Larson and Calder having a little set too in the corner. Excuse me, let me go. He's trying to grab. What you do is that when the setter comes up, you grab in the back of the pants. Because the officials can't see that very often, but he's going to get a penalty for pants grabbing. Point.
They each went, I guess. Hard shot taken by Treble. And all the way back down. Another 23 seconds on the power play. DeBus wants to get a fire lit. And the Fighting Sioux rejected. Ice is still wet back behind the cage there. It doesn't look like it's setting up very well.
It may just be that they haven't skated down there very much.
Now the penalty, Ulmer is over a 2-on-1 rush led by Wynn. Backhand pass and a big save by DeBus on Curtis Murphy. Now Crowley back the other way. Pulls up inside the zone, and then Murphy in front to intercept. Power play. Far side, Ian Calais playing it in. Calais after it once more. Now Dan Wu. Minnesota's only goal scored by Mike Anderson. Crowley and Wu got the assist. Minnesota called for icing. And still watching him. Through the corner now. Wozzy just rode him all over the place. Bertliot spins away from a hit. Wu gets the puck out of the zone. Bertliot to pick it up again. Left it for Wu. Now the pass intercepted by Murphy, who played it ahead. And Zwackman has to hurry. Diving attempt there by Fillion to get the puck. Smith. Broken up by LaFleur. All in all, LaFleur's played quite well considering this onslaught. And Rapana. Wynn getting it in. And LaFleur behind the net. They shoot it around to Wu. Boy, indeed, they are having a good time here. Here comes Wu. And in deep it goes to Anderson. 3 minutes left. Bosley. Calais. Here comes Wynn with Hookstein. Wynn chased outside. Puck tipped away from him by Zwackman. Very few whistles. Right at the doorstep. DeBus makes a save. Oh, but Wynn wraps in his second goal on the read.
You could also see DeBus had already moved to the far side. Look at the action on the other side.
Oh, there he lost the puck.
Yep.
The stick.
For some goals which may carry through into tomorrow's game.
Checo gets the lone assist on Larson's 9th of the year. It's a power play goal. And 2 minutes exactly left to go on the game after that power play goal by Larson. And from the scrap, here's Bertliot with an interception. He's got Anderson. And there are bodies flying all over here. No penalties called. And Zwackman ties up his man at center. Mosier takes a big hit. They feed it in over the line. Calder is tripped by Mosier. There's going to be a penalty on Mosier. Driven around by the Fighting Sioux. Really, Jet Arena in Grand Forks, site of game 2 between the Golden Gophers from Minnesota and the Fighting Sioux from North Dakota. Pass for Brink too far, and passing is not sharp here early. Treble back to get it, and out of Rasmussen. Looking for Bertliot, or was he? But it got through a Sioux player, so there is no icing, and Minnesota got a bit of a break there. Woog centers it. Bertliot at the side, now Rasmussen. And he is tied up by Jeff Ulmer. Murphy, the defenseman, joining the pileup, and now
Who will play with Wyatt Smith and Nick Checo. Mike Anderson is out of the lineup in today's game.
Puck kicked around by Murphy. Here we are early in the first period on a 1-0 score. LaFleur after the puck, Ulmer chasing him, and he's outnumbered. LaFleur was 2-on-1. Or 2-to-1 with Jesse Bull in there on a hard forecheck as well. Now LaFleur directs traffic from behind his own net. The Woog and cross rink Charlie Wosley. Chased by Bull. They bring it in onside. Wasley shot through to the corner. And as Woog ties up with a player, I think we have a puck up on the dash. Adam Calderline making up the crux of this power play unit. There was a block by Woog. Now Hoogstein in the corner, met by Wasley. They tried to get it to Henderson again. There's Henderson once more, his sophomore year. And that one is shot around to the near side. Calder to the line. Nemenko can't hold it in. Penalty to Ryan Kraft, as you see, is about to expire. Nemenko at behind the net this time for Lafleur. Long pass to center. It gets through to Rasmussen. A nice feed to Woog. They stay on side. He shoots high. Kavalivov lost it. And then covers it at the side of the net. Close to unattempted shots. Now 34 for the Golden Gophers and only 10 attempts for the Fighting Sioux, but they got 6 of them on net. Here they come 2-on-1. Big save by DeBus, making a stop on Jeff Ulmer. And now Hankinson sidesteps Murphy. The last swept away from home. 12:30 left in the period. Number 2. Game. Here's Panzer shooting. DeBus making the stop. And the breakout now to Bertliot. Throwing it into the corner. Larson. Larson again. Shooting it in front, and it's deflected by Woog over top of the net. Now back to the line. It's intercepted by Corey Johnson. And he wants to gain some control. Pivots from center. Flipping it all the way down, and it nearly came off the heel of DeBus's stick. Here's True in the corner. They center it to Johnson. And now Nemenko firing away. It never reached the net, and Woog getting it out of the zone. Both of these teams are playing like they're a man short.
Yeah, they're playing very scrambly right now.
Having a darn good weekend. 3 points, a goal tonight, a goal last night. Calder behind the net. Lafleur after it. All of the scoring in this game in the first period. We're now halfway through the second. And now Calder knocked down by Gottbaut. Now Menko, a sizzling shot. Another stop by DeBus. Gottbaut tried to get it out, hand on it. Here's Williamson. Down low. Panzer's nice deflection was stopped by DeBus. Williamson. A near steal by Woog. He did knock it free. And back come the Fighting Sioux. Panzer watched by Woog. Then Gottbaut jams it away and out of the zone. Nick Nemenko being chased by Mike Crowley. Here's Brad Williamson. A few seconds left on the Sioux power play.
On the men, because we are not playing the way we should be playing.
Hard shot by, or hard clearing attempt by Nemenko, and it knocked it all the way around. Mike Crowley back to get it. And here's Crowley again. Treble's got a man breaking. It's Mosher shooting. He shot it wide, and Nemenko was all over him. Oh, a penetrating hit by Bertliot again. That pretty much goes without saying. Bertliot only knows how to hit one way. Hard. Mosher. And there's Panzer shaken up and wants a replacement. We lose a puck. Williamson bringing it in, turning, try to center, but stand on it. Wynn races after a loose puck at center. Trapped in his own end by Toto. Will visit with Ryan Lefebvre. Live
Has taken the lead.
I was surprised that he even got the shot off. And now got a new goaltender for the Fighting Sioux. They brought Aaron Vicker in at 2:28 of the period. 5-4 Minnesota. And only time will tell how big that goal will be. Bertliot shoveling it in. Litke and Berg go after it. Lafleur shooting. Knocked down in front. They center it. A scramble. Boy, I'll tell you, a tough spot to put a cold goaltender in the game. In a one-goal contest. I don't know that Kavalivov is playing that well. I mean, good gracious, he faced 29. All 5 players, they better hurry. Here comes Murphy. Ahead to Zerke, too far, but it was touched by Zerke. No icing, and Wasley has it. Long pass to center. Now Bertliot's cross is intercepted by Calais. Woog in his own end to Mosier. And they're flailing passes all over the place here now. Peter Wynn took a bit of a check, but hung on to the puck, and now LaFleur darting after the loose biscuit, fires it to center. Mosier relays it ahead to Woog, one man back. Now he's got LaFleur. And the centering pass taken away by Hoopstein. And he launches a backhand into the Minnesota end. Calais chasing Treble. Make it Wasley. And Bertley out behind the net. He throws it to center. Rapana throws it right back in. Bertley out to Wasley. Wasley to center. And directed by Dave Higgins. Good job by the crew this weekend. Here's Bertley out. And now Woog. Centers it for Vaughn, and it comes all the way through. Now DeBus back. And he leaves it at the side. Treble. Taken away by True, and the centering pass blocked. True again. They center it again. And it just got out of the reach of Corey Johnson. Now a big hit at center. There's going to be a penalty on Bertley out. He may have blindsided pivot. Evan Hoogstein, he goes cross rink, finds Ian Calais, and Calais taken out of the play by Jay Mosier. They go cross rink. Mosier working his way in deep now. Woog behind the net. It's centered by Mosier and taken away by Calais, but intercepted by Godbout back out at center. And now Zwackman. Mosier reaching for it. And Godbout to get it again. Murphy playing it ahead into a crowd. Here comes Peter Wynn. Peter Wynn in the slot, all tangled up, and the puck shot out of there by Woog. Murphy. Don't go away. Is the place to be in college hockey this weekend. Joining us on MSC, where the joint is literally jumping. The Golden Gophers getting ready to take on the Tigers from Colorado College. In the conference, the pollsters have labeled them #1 and #3 in the country, and that's how big this matchup is for these two schools, and not an awful lot has to be said. With Jason Godbout on the right, Jesse Bertley out on the left, and from behind the net, Brian Waldo. The freshman can't get it out of the zone. Brink pushing it in deep. Needham stripped of the puck by Bertley out, and the shot by Zwackman goes wide. At the line, here's Brink trying to keep it in, and does. All the pressure has been Minnesota's. Now Bertley out turns around and shoots, but that was deflected. A good play by TJ Tanberg. Brink a screen shot, and it's redirected by Godbout. Outplayed back behind the Tiger net. And the outlet pass was intended for John Austin, but it was behind him. Austin finally floats it into the Minnesota end. Tanberg throws a check into Brink, and then Woog comes back and slaps Tanberg with a solid hit. Zwackman to center, shooting it in. And Minnesota will make a change. Kane from center ice carries it in, leaves it for Schmidt, who shoots one. The bust to save, the rebound got away from him, so he whacks it away. Now Colin Schmidt walking right in. Oh, a miraculous save by DeBus. There'll be a penalty coming up on Minnesota. Oh, Steve DeBus robbing Colin Schmidt, but the power play comes next. Dan Wu goes off on the cross-check penalty, which will put Colorado College on its second power play. They had one just 36 seconds into the game.
Great, but this year he's been tremendous.
Dan Wu just steps out of the penalty box after serving his minor penalty for cross-checking. Here's LaFleur's pass off Jesse Bertley on stick. Bob Needham plays it away. Now Tanberg had a piece of it. Comes back at center ice. Austin trying to work his way in. Now Austin flipping it to the side of the Minnesota net. It's batted away by DeBus. And here's LaFleur. Out to Jason Godbout at center. Godbout trying to break in around Bob Needham, and the puck slipped in behind the Tiger net. Elfring had it but couldn't control. And now an outlet pass is deflected, and nearly deflected right to Dan Woog in the slot. Godbout dumps it in, allowing Minnesota to change on the fly.
Defense by the goaltender from the Tigers.
Boy, more pressure, and this time it's Bertley out, who got the puck in front, then was tumbled down to the ice. TJ Tanberg trying to bring it in. Tanberg, a native of a Denver suburb of Littleton, Colorado. We see more and more players coming out of the state of Colorado. which reminds us to pass on a welcome to those of you watching in the Colorado Springs area on KRDO television, cable channel 7. Back underway in the Tiger zone. Eric Rude takes a hit from Bertliot. Elfring behind his own net. Wide by Godbout. Now Austin's pass is deflected away by Godbout. Woog centers it. He's dropped. Bertliot goes after it. Looks for Godbout. And it's deflected and comes back at center. Treble. Now to Crowley. And they flip it in.
You see Treble, he was going backwards. He couldn't get the feet in position to go frontwards, and the puck was just kind of trickling out there.
The only way he could have stopped that is if he turned himself into a wishbone, and I don't think that would have felt very good. Now it's dropped back to Treble, and the lead pass for Woog fails to click. Tigers want to float it down for a line change. They better hurry. Here comes Treble. Goes cross-rink, and it got away from Smith.
Doing a superb job of keeping that puck from going over the goal line.
Boy, did Ryan Bach read his teammates the riot act after that last flurry. Very upset with the coverage around front of him. Stuart Bottker shot it in deep, and now here's Jason Godbout on the near boards for Minnesota. He's in a tangle and nearly lost it there to Scott Swanson. Eric Rude brings it in. Shoots one right on, and the bus makes the save. Had to knock that rebound away from Bottker. Treble trying to throw it up ice. I thought it might have been deflected, but they're going to call the icing on Minnesota with 1:02 to go. Shouldn't phase the Tigers when they've been scored upon first. They've come back and got points every time. 9 wins and 2 ties this year. Jesse Bertliot in the corner. Now Dan Woog centers it for Bertliot. Here's a chance for Godbout. Another shot to go. Of chances like that in the first period, and now they're going in.
Well, the first line scores a goal, the fourth line scores a goal. That's what we talk about team concept. You can see right here that the Tigers having a problem coming out of their own zone. Minnesota putting the pressure on. The puck will squirt right out here from Woog, and Bertliot gets a piece of it. He doesn't know where it is, but Godbout coming right in the slot area, and Minnesota with a lot of opportunities in that first period. A lot of those shots wide of the net. Made no mistake about it there.
And here the Tigers caught on an icing. This was not a Woog, and Bertliot will get the assist. Charlie Wasley firing through a screen, but it actually hit Geronazzo. Puck in the air in the left wing circle. And Geronazzo battles to get it out of the zone. Races ahead with Travis Shane, who was stripped of the puck by LaFleur. Now a steal by Colin Schmidt, moving in, shooting. That's blocked. Godbout there to pick it up for Minnesota. He has the lead goal at this stage of the game, and then it's played all the way in by Dan Woog. Needham blasted by Bertliot. And here come the Tigers. A clean check, but Needham wasn't looking. You don't want to turn your back on Bertliot.
No, you certainly don't. Even though he may not be very tall, he's about 195 pounds. And he can hit with the best of them.
Couple of players lock up. The puck was underneath the Tiger player, so the face-off will. Andy Brink just wide. And Bertliot throwing a check up on the far wall into TJ Tanberg. Tanberg battling through the check, firing it in, and off the lively boards, taken by Wasley. Now taken away by Tanberg, and he's checked off the puck by Brink, who takes his time and gets it out of the zone. Must have hit somebody in the Tiger bench, so the whistle. The folks watching on KRDO had no trouble answering that one. Excellent hockey game. 2-1. Minnesota with the lead. They had a 2-0 lead before Darren Clark answered. Had a very exciting but scoreless first period. And then in a span of 2 minutes and 2 seconds of the third, the teams combined for 3 goals. And Bach covers up right there with Dave Larson cruising on score, and time remaining in period 2. Been a very quick moving game. Jesse Bertliot. He takes the hit, but bounces right away from it. John Austin lost control of the puck, and now Woog behind his own net. Looking for Godbout. Minnesota goals by Brian Bonin on the power play and Jason Godbout, who has the puck. The lone CC goal by Darren Clark, number 10, who is also out on the ice right now. To center, Wasley finds Woog at the line, and he's rubbed off the play by Scott Swanson. Goodmanson and Tanberg at center. Watched by Crowley. And now Elfring is tied up by LaFleur. Jason Godbout right there. They're picking up the scraps for Brian Swanson. He centers it, and a point-blank try goes into the corner. Clark with another great scoring opportunity. Clark trying to get around LaFleur. And there's going to be a penalty perhaps on Crowley coming up out of that fray. Into the corner it goes. A backhand shot by Bodker goes all the way through to the corner. And as Godbout gets it here late in period 2, the Tigers will go to another power play, their second in a row, and they're down by a goal.
Frank, you can send.
Minnesota still on top by the score of 2-1.
And now Dan Woog in for the faceoff. And the Tiger player going to be tossed. That was Austin. Here's Dan Treble. Screen shot. Never really got underway. It hit Goodmanson right away. And Crowley turns to get it at center ice. Godbout playing it in. Godbout trailing the play to keep it alive, and then took a hit from Tanberg. Here's Crowley. And they flip it low again for Dan Woog, but Needham has him tied up. Scott Swanson took a hit. Here's Goodmanson. And now Jason Goodmanson from Manitoba to center. Played for the Winkler Flyers. The famous Winkler Flyers. And now Crowley. Crosses center and shoots it in. And get it. Tanberg out at center, Bertley out. And lays it back for Brink. Maybe the chess masters, Woog and Lucia, have got things so well defensed that there's no room to play the game anymore. Zwackman. Bertley out back to get it. This is Zwackman again going across to Brink. Not many passing lanes open there, so he goes cross rink. Nice soft touch pass over to Godbout. And Godbout taken down in the far corner, and the puck back behind the net. Brian Swanson took it away. Now they break to center. This is Bodker. Trying to get around Brink. And Andy Brink comes away with the puck. Nice little move. Back out at center, however, the Tigers. Needham with the interception. He floats it in. And out of the corner, Bodker took a pretty good wallop. Here's Woog. This line was getting some good scoring chances for Minnesota in the first period. And now the Tigers with the pressure. Clark shooting. And he's had 3 or 4 good scoring chances, including a goal. The first one of the game for the Tigers. And now the Tigers with all of the pressure. How could a 1-goal game be a tie? Got to figure that one out. We'll send our research to Tom. He was a 4th-line center, but he's moved over to left wing now. Hails from Superior, Wisconsin. Bach doing the splits, and the shot went wide. Godbout looking for a second, and Bach had no clue where the puck was. Now Brink. And over to Zwackman. Checo. We're just over 50%. Berg 51, and then the rest below 50%. Those aren't great.
You think it was going to be an innocent play. All of a sudden.
We'll bring you the face-off for the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Colorado College Tigers.
Lines out for both schools. For Minnesota, Dan Woog centering Dan Hendrickson, who is new to the lineup. Jesse Bertley out with a strained knee. Jason Godbout, the right winger on this line. And the line for the Tigers has John Austin at center. Tim Sweezo inserted in, and Goodmanson would normally be playing the right, but was just out on the power play unit. Here's Woog. Now Hendrickson. Hendrickson to Woog in the slot, and he is covered. A nice checking play by Bodker. And the puck shoveled around by Bob Needham. Nice check thrown in the corner by Woog. It gets the puck to the line. Crowley fakes the shot, skirts around one, and then he is met there, but the Gophers maintain control. This is Crowley in the corner. Woog centers it, trying to find Checo, and it just fails to play. And from center ice, Needham plays it down, allowing the Tigers, actually both. Root shoots it in, the Tigers will change. 6.5 minutes in, Colorado College up 1-0. Treble's pass deflected, but Woog gets it to Hendrickson anyway. He shoots it into the left wing corner for Godbout. Now Hendrickson after it, through a check into Austin. The Tigers break out freely to center ice. This is Cal Elfring. Elfring, the defenseman, chase deep, gets a shallow angle shot off. That's stopped by DeBus. And there to pick up the loose puck is Dan Hendrickson. Hendrickson racing to center. Now 3 men bring it in. Hands on the shot. Checked by Scott Swanson. And they jam it up in the corner. One of the fun players to watch. Here's a wraparound try. They fire it in front again for Geronazzo. That's tipped out by Minnesota. Scott Swanson back out at center. We're halfway through the period. And Clark shoots it in.
Minnesota needs some jump here right now, Frank. They don't have their legs that they had at the beginning of the game last night, and they have paid dearly because of it.
Boy, they have, and right now they're losing the little battles. Scott Swanson goes after the puck, and that's the thing about Colorado College. You don't, with a 2-goal lead, if it gets to be 3-0, it's like opening the floodgates for them. They can score a ton of goals. Here's Andy Brink. Now they get it to the line for Woog to Hendrickson onside, I guess. He shoots high. And it comes down on the near rail. Tigers went out of this game with some disappointment, but perhaps some confidence, because they feel they had the edge in the second half of the game. And so far, it's carrying over here to the first half of this first period. Back to pick it up is Brian Waldo. And an interception by Woog at center. Stay onside, but the puck comes back out at center. They'll have to regroup. This is Mike Crowley sending it down low. Waldo behind the net, shooting it around. And it's controlled by Chad Hartnell. Wrapped off the stick of McNeil. And here is Waldo trying to get it out. And he knew what the angle was because he got it out of the zone. That was a tough way to get it out.
It sure was, but you notice how much effort he put into that shot, too. He did not let up at all.
Looked like he was shooting it straight into the corner, but he got enough of an angle on it to get it out. Godbout has to go back for the puck. And right on top of him, Chad Remical, who played his high school hockey at Johnson and St. Paul.
Tigers doing a good job right now of forechecking in that Minnesota zone. They're not giving the Gophers any opportunity to move the puck at all.
There's a blast from the line by Elfring, and DeBus makes the save on the screen shot. Godbout at it. And this is a very tenacious Tiger forecheck right now. Hartnell shooting, blocked by DeBus. It's cleared up the middle. And in the glove hand of Woog, who took a couple of steps of a face-off in the Minnesota end. 7.5 to go. We'll be right back. And Ryan Lefebvre. This is Frank Mazzocco at Mariucci Arena, where the Tigers have opened up a 2-0 lead in this game. Scoring both goals in the first half of the game. Will be a penalty, however, coming up here to Stuart Bottker. And Minnesota will get a power play and a chance to get a breath of fresh air. They need a bit of a jump here with 3:35 to go. They will go to the power play.
Game, and all of a sudden, you give up a